ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी स्तोतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजम् कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकम् करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुम् लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः ध्यायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् किं पुनस्तत्त्वं कर्मादेहे
किं पुनस्तत्त्वं कर्मादेः
कर्मादेहे
यद्बोद्धव्यं वक्ष्यामि इति प्रतिज्ञातम्
यत् बोधव्यं
यद्बोधव्यं
वक्ष्यामि
वक्ष्यामि इति
प्रतिज्ञातम्
प्रतिज्ञातम्
उच्यते
उच्यते।
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत्
कर्मण्यकर्म
यः
पश्येत्
पश्येत्
अकर्मणि च कर्म यः
अकर्मणि च कर्म यः
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
स युक्तः कृष्णकर्मकृत्
स युक्तः
कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्
कर्मादेः तत्त्वं ज्ञातव्यम् ज्ञात्वा किं भवति knowing karma akarma vikarma what will happen the inquiry into the nature of the karma leads to the understanding of the swarupa of atma oneself. So the vichara of one leads to the vichara of the other. So that therefore atma vichara is the intention. That is why karma dehe tattvam bodhavyam. And Bhagavan himself gagana karmano gatihi. So therefore katam bodhavyam aham vakshyami iti Bhagavata प्रतिज्ञातं यत् तत् एतत् श्लोकद्वारा उच्यते. And this shloka clearly indicates that sannyasa, the real sannyasa means jnana. Ashrama sannyasa is only the style, lifestyle. It is only a lifestyle for gaining the real sannyasa, which is jnana karma sannyasa. In fact, this chapter is jnana karma sannyasa. So jnana karma sannyasa means jnanam. Sannyasa means jnanam. That is why Sankhya yoga. Sankhya means jnanam. Lokesmin dvividha nishta para prokta mayanaha. Jnana yogena sankhyanam. Sankhya. Samyak kyayate. Anena Vedanta shastrena. Vedanta Shastrena. Iti Sankhya. So Jnanam Ityartha, Sannyasa. Sannyasa meaning is Jnanam. So what is real sannyasa? Jnana karma sannyasa is real sannyasa. For that ashrama sannyasa or karma yoga, they are the means, lifestyles. So therefore, when a person does karma, at the same time he doesn't do karma. Because he does karma, does he become a samsari? No. Because a person does karma, he is not a samsari. In spite of doing karma, he is not bound by karma. Because, why we say, because the cause for a person becoming bound is karma. Karma involves the factors, karakas. So therefore, punyam will be the punya papa, karma pala, and karma pala, that is a bija. So therefore, continues. The samsara chakra continues, never endingly it continues. So, but this person doing karma at the same time is not affected by karma. Namam karma limpanti name karma palespraha iti yaha mam abhijanati. Bhagavan said, Saha muktaha is free from this samsara. Tasya punarjanma na vidyate. What does it mean, punarjanma? He becomes free. Knowing that I am not the karta, that gives him moksha, freedom. Knowing that I am not the karta, meaning the anatma, this sharira mana sangata does karma. Sharira mana sangata, this karyakarna sangata does karma. There is no doubt about that. It does karma. Because it does karma, not that atma does karma. Atma doesn't have kartrutva. Anatma does karma. Ahankara does karma. That's atma. Ahankara does karma, therefore only we can infer because it does karma, therefore it has to be limited. That which is subject to limitation in terms of desha, kala, vastu, only can do karma. Atma is not subject to any sort of limitations. And it is sarvavyapi, all pervading. It is the cause of everything, the adhara. How can the adhara does? Karma involves changes. Devicharanam, changes. That which is the adhara of all the changes at the same time doesn't undergo any change. That is what is Atma. Then if Atma also does karma undergo change, then what would be the adhara for Atma? So therefore, this shloka makes it very clear, karma, this Atma doesn't undergo any change in spite of karma. The one who has this penetrating vision is a buddhiman. So therefore, this shloka, as we have seen, Sutra Bhuta shloka says, Agam karta is ajnana. At the same time, because a person withdraws from karma and says Agam akarta, that is also ajnana, equally ajnana. Because a person does karma, or because a person withdraws from karma, it doesn't become other than an ajnani. It continues is ajnani only, samsari only. So therefore, inquiry into karma leads to the understanding of Atma. Therefore, the one who has this vision of what karma is, saha buddhiman, manusheshu, saha yuktaha, the yogi, saha krishna karma krita iti, Bhagavata uktam. Then let us read. Karmani kriyate iti karma vyaparamatram.
कर्मणि क्रियते इति कर्म व्यापारमात्रम्
Tasmin karmani akarma karma abhavam.
तस्मिन् कर्मणि कर्म अभावम्
Yaha pashyet
यः पश्येत्
akarmani cha karma abhave.
अकर्मणि च कर्म अभावे
कर्तृतन्त्रत्वात् प्रवृत्तिनिवृत्त्योः
कर्तृतन्त्रत्वात्
कर्तृतन्त्रत्वात् प्रवृत्ति
प्रवृत्तिनिवृत्तयोः
वस्तु अप्राप्य एव हि
वस्तु
वस्तु
अप्राप्येव
अप्राप्यैव हि
सर्व एव क्रियाकारकादिव्यवहारः
सर्व
सर्व
एव
एव
क्रियाकारकादिव्यवहारः
विद्याभूमौ एव
विद्याभूमौ
एव
एव
कर्म
कर्म
यः पश्येत् पश्यति
यः
यः
पश्येत्
पश्यति
पश्यति
सः बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
सः बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
सः युक्तः योगी च
सः युक्तः योगी च
कृष्णकर्मकृत् समस्तकर्मकृत् च सः
कृष्ण कर्म कृते
समस्तकर्म
समस्तकर्मकृत्
कृच्च सः
इति स्तूयते
इति स्तूयते
कर्म कर्मणि इतरेतरदर्शी कर्मा
कर्मा
कर्मणोः इतरेतरदर्शी
कर्मा
कर्मणो
कर्मणोः इतरेतरदर्शी
इतरेतरदर्शी
क्रियते इति कर्म कर्म तो व्यापारमात्रमेव कर्म involves vyapara the transaction so therefore transaction vyapara karma and karma therefore phalam will be there so every karma involves actions and their results therefore tasmin karmani karma abhavam yah pashyati akarma yah pashyati tadvat akarmani karma abhave yah karma pashyati सः बुद्धिमान सः रियली सः यः पश्यति सः बुद्धिमान कर्म अभावे that is nivruti rupa karma akarmani karma nivruti rupa karma whether it is pravritti rupa it is obvious there is action done by a person can be seen this karyakana sangata involves in the karma all the other factors are involved karakas therefore pravritti rupa karma is karma what about nivruti rupa karma there also all the factors are involved only the only thing is that factors are dormant the factors are in fact not active kartrutvam is active who says I am not doing Ahankara says so therefore it is karma eva therefore pravritti rupa karma va nivritti rupa karma va vastu aprapi eva there is no knowledge of the reality so therefore it is avidya only avidya therefore kriyakaradi vyavaharaha avidya bhumo eva bhavati therefore it is karma eva so therefore karma is done only in avidya in vidya in jnanam there is no karma done by the person avidya only in avidya vyavastha only karma happens in vidya avastha there is no karma that is why jnani doesn't do karma kurvanapi na karoti eva kinchit karomi iti yaha manyate pashyan shunvan srishan jigran as Bhagavan says therefore yaha pashyati saha manusyeshu saha buddhiman manusyeshu saha yogi saha yuktah saha yogi saha krishna karma krita samasta karma krita iti cha he has got ittaretara darshanam in fact that is its darshanam this is the real Yathabhuta darshanam, Mitreta darshanam. That is the meaning of this paragraph. We have in the next paragraph, the Purva Pakshi raises an objection because there seems to be contradiction in the presentation. Therefore, Purva Pakshi says, Nano kimidam viruddham uchyate
किमिदं विरुद्धम् उच्यते
karmani akarma yaha pashyet iti
कर्मणि अकर्मयः
अकर्मयः
पश्येत्
पश्येत् इति
अकर्मणि च कर्म इति
अकर्मणि च कर्म
कर्म
इति
इति
न हि कर्म अकर्म स्यात् अकर्म वा कर्म
न हि कर्म अकर्म स्यात् अकर्म वा
वा कर्म
कर्म
तत्र विरुद्धं कथं पश्येत् द्रष्टा
तत्र
तत्र
विरुद्धं
विरुद्धं
कथं
कथं
पश्येत्
पश्येत्
द्रष्टा
द्रष्टा
न
न
अकर्म एव परमार्थतः
अकर्म
अकर्म
एव
एव
परमार्थतः
परमार्थतः
सत्
सत्
तत्
कर्मवत् अवभासते
कर्मवत् अवभासते
अवभासते
मूढदृष्टेः लोकस्य
मूढदृष्टेः
मूढदृष्टेः लोकस्य
लोकस्य
तथा कर्म एव अकर्मवत्
तथा
तथा कर्म
कर्म
एव
एव
अकर्मवत्
अकर्मवत्
तत्र यथाभूतदर्शनार्थम् आह भगवान्
तत्र
यथा
यथाभूतदर्शनार्थम् आह भगवान्
भगवान्
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येदित्यादि
कर्मण्यकर्मयः पश्येत्
पश्येत्
इत्यादि
इत्यादि
अतः न विरुद्धम्
अतः
न
न
विरुद्धम्
विरुद्धम्
बुद्धिमत्वादि उपपत्तेश्च
बुद्धिमत्वादि
बुद्धिमत्वादि
उपपत्तिश्च
उपपत्तिश्च
बोद्धव्यम् इति च यथाभूतदर्शनम् उच्यते
बोद्धव्यम्
बोद्धव्यम्
इति च यथा
भूतदर्शनमुच्यते
भूतदर्शनमुच्यते
न च विपरीतज्ञानात् अशुभात् मोक्षणम् स्यात्
न च विपरीतज्ञानात्
विपरीतज्ञानात्
अशुभात्
अशुभात्
मोक्षणं
मोक्षणं
स्यात्
स्यात्
यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात् इति च उक्तम्
यत् ज्ञात्वा
ज्ञात्वा
मोक्ष्यसे
मोक्ष्यसे
शुभात्
शुभात् इति च
उक्तम्
उक्तम्
तस्मात् कर्मणि विपर्ययेण गृहीते प्राणिभिः
तस्मात् कर्मणि विपर्येण
विपर्येण
गृहीते
गृहीते
प्राणिभिः
तद्विपर्य विपर्ययग्रहण निवृत्त्यर्थम्
तद्विपर्यग्रहण निवृत्त्यर्थम्
ग्रहणनिवृत्त्यर्थम्
भगवतः वचनं कर्मयः इत्यादि
भगवतः वचनं कर्मण्यकर्मयः इत्यादि
इत्यादि
पूर्वपक्षी जनरल पूर्वपक्षी किमिदं विरुद्धम् उच्यते इति he asked a question. How contradiction? How do you present this contradiction? कर्मणि अकर्म कथं द्रष्टुं शक्यते तद्वदेव अकर्मणि च कर्म किमर्थं कदापि कर्म अकर्म न स्यात् अकर्म कर्म अपि न भवितुं शक्यते अतः किं विरुद्धम् उच्यते भगवता अत्र इति पूर्वपक्षिणः अपेक्षते आक्षेपं पूर्वपक्षः आक्षेपं कुरुते तत्र विरुद्धं कथा पश्येत् द्रष्टा विरुद्धं कथं द्रष्टा पश्यते द्रष्टा must have problem karma is karma akarma is akarma karma cannot become akarma cannot become karma so there seems to be the wrong perception wrong vision no that is not if the truth is so simple then why should we learn why should we taught it is not so because we commit a mistake in our perception therefore only such seemingly contradictory usages are seen vasutah really speaking paramathatah sat cannot do karma sat brahma what karma brahma do it is brahma is later going to be said brahmarpanam brahma vihi everything is brahma brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina all the karakas everything is brahma jagat brahma jagat includes everything is ishvara therefore Therefore, this sat karmavata avabhasate, modadrishtehe lokasya. That which cannot do karma is Atma. Atma, even if it is wants to do karma, it cannot do. Impossible. But Kartritvam is superimposed on Atma. Like the sun doesn't do any burning action. But if you bring a magnifying glass and focus the sun rays on a piece of cotton, the cotton burns, and you attribute the cause that the sun did it. Suryaha karoti. Sun, that sun really did it. Similarly, any crime takes place in the light of the sun. The sun becomes the karanam, the karta. Sun being what it is prakasha swarupaha. It lights up everything. Wherever darkness is, the darkness is removed by the sun. Light comes, darkness goes away. The action takes place in the presence of the sun. The sun is not accountable for it. Similarly, in the presence of Atma, the karma happens. How can Atma be accounted for it? You attribute, like attributing the karma to sun, Surya. Similarly, here also, attributing the karma to Atma. So Atma karmavat avabhasate mudadrishtehe lokasya. So similarly, karma api akarmavat avabhasate. So therefore it is avabhasate, it appears to be. Only for mudadrishti. Only for the mudaha. Not really. This is etabodha darshanam or viparita darshanam. This is viparita darshanam. Viparita darshanat katam mokshanam bhavati. The cause for bandha is ajnana drishti, moda drishti. For moda drishti to go, what is required? For moda drishti to go, one has to have the jnana drishti. This is what jnana drishti. What is jnana drishti? We say jnana drishti. We saw this in jnana drishti. Jnanam eva drishti is the perception. Jnana drishti. So, jnanam drishtihi yasya saha jnana drishti, that person, we can say, or jnana drishtihi, referring to the perception itself, jnana drishti. Seeing Atma as it is, not superimposing Atma with the attributes of Anatma. So, karma is it's a characteristic of Anatma. Anatma only does karma. Therefore, because of this chit jada granthi, the satya, asatyam and mithya, the mixture, we saw satyanrute mituni kritya, there's a marriage, there's a nuptial knot between satyam and mithya. Therefore, Anatma seems to be enjoying chetanatvam, Therefore, because of ahankara is Anatma, because it performs karma, therefore, and also since it seems to enjoy chetanatvam, ahankara is achetana. Therefore, one perceives that Atma is doing karma. Atma which cannot do karma seems to be doing karma. Mudadrishtahe. Therefore, karmavat avabhasate tata karma akarmavati iti. Therefore, that is viparita darshan. That is not etabhota darshan. Therefore, etabhota darshanartam Bhagavan aga karma nikarmaya pashyati ityadi. Therefore, there is viruddham here. There is no viruddham. Ataha na viruddham. If it is viruddham, then Bhagavan would not say buddhiman. Buddhiman will become untenable in this context. And also, bodhavimiti bhagavata upadishtam. Yata darshanam uchyate bhagavata. Yata darshanam upadishati. Therefore, there is no viruddham here. And also, Bhagavan said before, yajñātva mokshase shubhat. Yajñātva, you will become free from mokshase ashubhat. Ashubha samsara, you become free. What is ashubha? Samsara is ashubha. Samsara here, the jiva srishti is ashubha, not Ishvara srishti. The self-created world, that is because of self-conclusion, wrong conclusion. That is samsara. One spins a cocoon around in oneself and lives in that world. That is samsara. That is some Ishvara Srishti is not a problem. Jiva Srishti is a problem. Jiva Srishti is alone samsara. So therefore that is Ashubha. Samsara means we think the Jagat is samsara. Jagat is not samsara. Jagat being what it is. This is Ishvara Srishti. Ishvara Tabinnaha. Every time you are in touch with Bhagavan through Jagat, including the Sharir Manasangata. So it is making the impossible possible. As Bhagavan, he cannot touch himself. Through this Upadhi, one can touch oneself. Upadhi is only a medium, therefore doesn't limit the Chaitanya. So, to make Chaitanya, which is the cause for, which is the cause for everything, which is the cause for everything, therefore it is not subject to it's not subject to by any means objectification. It cannot be objectified. Now with the Upadhi we're trying to objectify. It is impossible. With the Upadhi we're trying to objectify the non-objectifiable Chaitanya. That is why the Atma is reduced to Anatma and says Atma does karma. That is Ajnanam. Understanding Aham Atma Shuddha Chaitanyam, in the presence of me only this Karyakara Sangata functions, this Ahankara functions. Ahankara is well operative. So that drishti, that is Yatabhuta Darshanam. Chaitanyam, which is not subject to any limitation, appears to be limited. When we say karma, karma is limited. Therefore, when Atma does karma, may I ask, Atma does karma, what is the problem? If you accept Atma does karma, just for argument's sake, it means Atma is subject to limitation. If it is limitation, it is samsara, it is Ashubha. Then how can you be free from samsara? Ashubha samsara. And Bhagavan said, Kim karma karmeti kavayo pyatra mohitaha tatte karma prakshami tat yajnatva moksha se shubha, he said. Knowing that you become free from samsara, then if Atma does karma, knowing that how will you become free from samsara? Karma implies limitation. If Atma is limited, already I am limited, Atma aham Atma limited, that is the notion. So how can I be free from samsara? Impossible. That's why it is Viparita Darshanam. Viparita Darshanat, Ashubhat Moksha, Ashubhat Samsarat, Moksha Navavati. And Bhagavataha Vakya appears in the Shloka Bhagavan told, Yajnatva Moksha se Ashubhat. Therefore, it's karma and karma, Viparite Grigite Pranibihi. That Viparya Grahana Nivrityartham, in order to remove the notion of this notional wrong understanding, therefore only Bhagavata Uttam, Karma Nyat Karma Yaha Ityadi. So therefore there is no Viruddham, it is established. Now the next topic is here. You can see the topics. The first topic explaining the shloka. Second is Purva Pakshi. The Yatabhuta Darshanam is. Then third one is the Karmani, Akarmani. Saptami Vibhakti is used. What does this Saptami Vibhakti refer to grammatically? What does it mean? That is Vashikara. That the Vashikara discusses, which we saw. Let us read. Nacha atra karmadikaranam.
Nacha atra karmadhi karanam
Akarma asti.
Akarma asti.
Kunde badarani iva.
Kunde
badarani iva.
Napi akarmadikaranam karma asti.
Napi akarmadhikaranam karma asti.
Karma abhavatvat akarmana.
Karma abhavatvat
akarmana.
Ataha viparita grihite eva.
अतः
विपरीत
विपरीते
गृहीते
एव
एव
कर्म कर्मणि लोकैः
कर्म कर्मणि
लौकिकैः
sorry लौकिकैः यथा मृगतृष्टिकायाम् उदकम्
यथा
यथा
मृगतृष्णिकायाम्
मृगतृष्णिकायाम्
उदकम्
शुक्तिकायां वा रजतम्
शुक्तिकायां वा रजतम्
ननु कर्म कर्म एव सर्वेषां न क्वचित् व्यभिचरति
ननु कर्म कर्म
कर्म
एव
कर्मेव
सर्वेषां
सर्वेषां
न
न
क्वचित्
कचित्
न क्वचित् व्यभिचरति
न क्वचित्
कचित्
व्यभिचरति
विचरति
तत् न
तत् न
नौस्तस्य नावी गच्छन्त्याम्
नौस्तस्य नाभि
गच्छन्त्याम्
तटस्थेषु अगतिषु नगेषु
तटस्थेषु
तटस्थेषु अगतिषु नगेषु
प्रतिकूलगतिदर्शनात्
प्रतिकूलगतिदर्शनात्
दूरेषु चक्षुषा असन्निकृष्टेषु गच्छत्सु
दूरेषु चक्षुषा
असन्निकृष्टेषु
असन्निकृष्टेषु गच्छत्सु
गति अभावदर्शनात्
गति अभावदर्शनात्
एवं इहापि अकर्मणि कर्मदर्शनम्
एवम्
इहापि
इहापि अकर्मणि कर्मदर्शनम्
कर्मणि च कर्मदर्शनम्
कर्मणि च अकर्मदर्शनम्
विपरीतदर्शनम्
विपरीतदर्शनम्
येन तन्निराकरणार्थम् उच्यते
येन तन्निराकरणार्थम् उच्यते
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येदित्यादि
कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् इत्यादि.
In the beginning, Bhashyam would be difficult, but the same sloka we have been reading, so like about third class, I think. Repeatedly reading, you can understand the lines of the Bhashyam. Simple, then becomes simple. In the beginning, it may be difficult, you may not understand the meaning. Now you know the meaning very well. That is why repeatedly we see, so that this Bhashyam, whenever you read, it is understood. Acha atra karma, here two things are talked about here. One is Saptami Vibhakti, which is used, and second thing, another Purva Paksha, a simple argument, Purva Pakshi. The two things are there. Now, atra karma, Saptami Vibhakti. Can we take it as Adhikarana Saptami? No, we cannot take. Why? Because karma, Adhikaranam, for akarma cannot be the Adhikaranam for karma. And here Vaidharmya Udaranam is given. Kunde Badrani Iva, we have seen the example. Adara Adeya, when there is Adara Adeya Sambandha, then we can say the Vibhakti is Saptami Vibhakti is that is Adhikarana Saptami. Otherwise, we cannot say. There should be Adara Adeya Sambandha. Bhava Bhava Yogo Adara Adeya Sambandha Bhavitum na Shikyate. Between the existent and non-existent, there cannot be Adara Adeya Sambandha. One cannot become the Adara for the other. If any one of them is Abhava, then the other one cannot be the Adara or Adeya of the other. Kunda is that is the Adara for the Adeya Badrani. Now Akarma is no karma, Abhava, doesn't exist, non-existent karma. How can non-existent karma be the Adara for the Adeya karma? A non-existent pot holds water. How can it be? Similarly, akarmadikaranam karma asti. Karma cannot be the adhara for akarma. Akarma is not non-existent. Karma abhavat. Akarmanaha. How can karma be the adhara for akarma? So akarmanah adhikaranam karmana bhavati. Abhavatvat, karma abhavatvat. Similarly, akarma karmadhikaranam api na bhavati. Kunde bhajarani iva. Therefore, viparite grihite laukike karma karmani, like the mrigatrishtikayam udakam, shuktikayam va rajatam, there is a viparita grahanam in the mrigatrishtika, in the desert land, mrigatrishtika, there is perception of water. Similarly, in the shuktika and the shell, there is perception of silver. This is viparita grahanam. It is viparita grahanam. Tadvat eva atra. So therefore, it is not adhikarana saptami. It is vishaya saptami. Mrigatrishtikayam. With regard to, we translate with regard to mrigatrishtika, there is perception of udaka, water. With regard to silver, with regard to shuktika, shell, there is perception of silver. Similarly, with regard to karma, there is perception of akarma. With regard to akarma, there is perception of karma. It is vishaya saptami, not to adhikarana saptami. Vishaya saptami, Bhashikar didn't say, but we know from the saptami, from the grammar, we know what saptami is. It has to be only vishaya saptami. And then another point discussed here is like a Purva Pakshi raising a question. Karma eva bhavati. Karma kadapi na vyavicharati. Karma is karma eva. How can it change? How can karma can appear to be a karma? Or akarma is a karma. How can that akarma also vyavicharati? No, that is not true. Bhashikara gives a very practical example. For the person who is moving the boat, the trees which are on the bank appears to be moving. That is pratikula darshanam. Pratikula darshanam. Boat is moving. That movement is anukula darshanam. Boat is moving fine. But what about the nageshu? Agatishu nageshu. Agatishu nageshu. Pratikula gati darshanam. Teshu gati darshanam. So in the non-moving, you see the moving. In the non-action, in the akarma, you see karma. Possible. Similarly, dureshu chakshusha sannikristeshu gachatsu, the stars which far away moving, but appears to be not moving. Gati abhava darshanam. Therefore, you see in the movement, non-movement. So that is possible. So therefore, karma eva sarvesham iti kadapi na vyabhicharati iti vaktum na shakyate, that is dismissed. Our experience, it is daily experience. Here also, therefore, akarmani karma darshanam, karmani akarma darshanam, this vipari darshanam is there. Yena, because of which there is only, because viparita darshanam is there. Because of that only, in order to remove that only, Bhagavata, atra uttam, Bhagavata, here Krishnena, karmanya karmayas pashed, ityadi. So that we have seen now from here. From here we have to see. Tadetat ukta prativachanam api
Ukta prativachanam
Prativachanama api
asakrit atyanta viparita darshana bhavitataya.
asakrit atyanta
atyanta viparita darshana bhavavitaya
Momugyamanaha lokaha
muhyamanah
manah lokaha
Shrutam api
shrutam api
Shrutam api asakrit tattvam Shrutam api asakrit
Shrutamapi
shrutam api
asakrit
asakrita
Tattvam vismritya
tattvam
tattvam
vismritya
vismritya
Mitya prasangam avatarya
mithya
mithya
prasangam
prasangam avatarya
avatarya
Chodayati iti
chodayati
udayati iti
iti
punaha uttaram aha Bhagavan.
punah
punah punah
uttaramaha
uttamaha
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
दुर्विज्ञेयत्वं च आलक्ष्य वस्तुनः
दुर्विज्ञेयत्वं च आलक्ष्य वस्तुनः
तत् एतत् उक्तं तत् what is tat is what is talked about tat etat that is the prakrita vishya, that is the subject matter which is discussed here. This what is subject matter? Atma cannot be karta, it is akarta atma. Ukta vachanam, that is the vachanam which is uktam. Tat etat uktam vachanam. Atma cannot do karma and anatma cannot remain from doing karma. The nature of atma is akartratvam, and the swabhav and the nature of anatma ahankara is kartratvam. So ukta vachanam, it is uktam. And this how many times it is uktam? It is again and again asakrita. Sakrita is once, not sakrita repeatedly. Repeatedly it is told. Second chapter told, and the third chapter also. It's not that each chapter is confined to only one topic. All the chapters talk about Atma only. So whenever the context comes, Bhagavan says, Bhagavan presents the Tattvam Swarupam of the Atma. So, therefore, it is asakrita, repeatedly told. And Arjuna also asks questions. Mainly, you can see in the third chapter and fifth chapter that become the seed for the entire chapter. Sannyasa and Karma Yoga. And when talking about sannyasa, what real sannyasa, the topic of Atma comes. So, therefore, asakrita uttavachanam. Etat. And in this chapter, it is said and is going to be further said in this chapter itself, fourth chapter. Vitaraga Bhaya Krodhaha Manmaya Mamupashitaha Bhagavad Jnana Tapasa Madbhavam Agataha. Madbhavam is Atma Bhavam Agataha. And Namam Karma Nilimpanti Name Karma Palespraha. All the shlokas. Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam Evam Yo Veti Tattvataha Tektva Degam Punarjanma Naitama Veti Sorjana. It is Ahavakya shloka. So Atma Tattvam is revealed. Jiva Brahma Aikyam is revealed. Asakrita, therefore it is Uktam. Repeatedly told. Therefore, why it is repeatedly told? It is not a dosha, no. Because it is told for whom? Momughyamanaha. It's a nice word, Momughyamanaha. Kriya Samabhigare, young, in the Suttam, young pratyaya. Young pratyaya is added. The sense of repetition or intense frequentative, we say. The young pratyaya is added in the sense of frequentative or intense. Momugyamanam is repeatedly or intensely. Because we have the problem of forgetfulness. In spite of hearing, we forget. When it comes to the actual situation, we forget what we have learnt. Atma is akarta, Atma is free from sukha, dukkha, it is free from all the paths of opposites, and it is nitya, shuddha, mukta, swabhava, that is myself. I mean, listening to this so many times from different sources, different Upanishads, different texts, Prakarana Grantha, Nyaya Prasthana. But in spite of your listening, when it comes to the life situations, we forget. When you encounter any problem or any difficulty, then that we forget. Ashochan anvashochastam pragyavadamscha bhashase kataso na katasonscha nan shochanti panditaha. So any bereavement, then we forget. Atma Tattvam is forgotten. That way this shloka, this Ashochan anvashochastam, I remember once I was talking to a Vedantin. Yes, he studied Vedanta. He's also under Swamiji. He had some personal bereavement. Then this shloka, he told, then he woke up. Yeah, because I studied Swamiji and repeatedly heard this. Then at least that moment he forgot because of his natural attachment with his own kith and kin. So when something happens, so it's very difficult to come. When this shloka wakes him up, you have to come to the reality. This is what it is. Truth is. So in spite of studying, in spite of listening, this same thing, we have the problem of forgetfulness. Therefore, vismritya, shuddhamapi, asakrita, not once, many times. Tattvam, this tattvam. Problem is vismranam, forgetfulness. Therefore, because we forget, therefore, momudgyamanaha, mugdatu, repeatedly or intensely deluded. Atyanta viparita darshana bhavitataya momudgyamanaha. The darshanam, the perception, which is viparita. Absolutely it is viparita. Completely, totally wrong perception. Bhavitata, it is complete with. His antakaranam is complete with. Completely occupied with. Saturated with this wrong perception. Agam karta iti. Therefore, when the situation comes, the whole person is again invoked. Samsari. When hearing the Shastram, that person is Aham Akarta Atma. But when it comes to life situation, again, the same Ajnani is invoked. So therefore, Tattvam Shutam Api Asakrita, the truth is heard more than once, repeatedly is heard, but still, Vismritya, again and again it is forgotten. That forgetfulness is a problem. That is why Punah Punaha Shravanam Kuryat. Why Punah Punaha? One time is enough. Because we have the problem of forgetfulness. Therefore, Mityabhuta Prasangam Avatarya. Mityabhuta Prasangam, this Mitya, this is wrong, this false, this is wrong, is the person, therefore the person naturally falls back. Avatarya, again, Avatarya, repeatedly falls back to this Mitya Prasanga. This Mitya Prasanga is this wrong conclusion. Again he falls back. Atma Akarta, he forgets. Then in Abhimana with this Anatma, Sharimana Sangata, so Aham Desham Te Mama iti Mitya Bhuta Prasanga, Avatarya, repeatedly. Again and again, Avatarya falls back to this notion. So it's not that the person has disregard for the Shastra. He understands the teaching, but still, because of samskara, the samskara is so strong. So therefore he falls back. That is why it doesn't stop with Shravanam. It's all because of the Adhikari Veda. If it's an Uttaman Adhikari, then it is different. Madhyama Adhikari and Adhama Adhikari. So therefore, as Nachiketa said, Bhaguna memi pratamaha. Bhaguna memi Madhyamaha. But I am never the lost. So we are never the lost, but still the problem of forgetfulness is there. So therefore, because of this forgetfulness only, even though the Shastram is studied, again this question, this doubt, the question is asked, the doubt is raised, Chodayati, people raise this doubt. Therefore, Punah Punaha Bhagavata api Uttam eva. Therefore, only Bhagavan also is not tired of answering. He also repeatedly gives the answer from different angles. That's why we have different prakriyas, different methods. Sharira Trayam is itself enough. Why do we need Avastatra Viveka or Panchakosha Viveka? It's all, it is from different angles, different perspective, different ways. Ultimately, the person has to understand and make this understanding strongly entrenched in the mind, which was previously oriented with, previously accustomed to the sanskara, previous orientation. So that has to go. So that's why unlearning is very difficult. And also here the tattvam is Atma, which is Durvignayaha. It is Sukshma. Durvignya because it is Sukshma. It is not an object. Even the well-informed people, well-educated people, they want to objectify this Atma. They say they will find out Atma. The scientist, consciousness. One day they will discover consciousness. Consciousness is a matter of not 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 a matter of not available for investigation in the laboratory. It is consciousness is self-discovery. Therefore, it is sukshma vishaya. Therefore, sukshma durvignayatvam cha alakshya. Considering the durvignayatvam of vastunaha, this atmanaha, therefore Bhagavan also repeatedly answers. Repeatedly the chodayati. The doubt is asked. The question is asked. Even in the case of Gita, Arjuna, he has the same question. Even in the 18th chapter, he has the same question. What he asked in this third chapter, the same thing. The third chapter, what he saw, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana. Tatkim karmani goreyamam niyojayasi Keshava. This is the question. The same thing is asking in different words. Sannyasasya mahabaho tattvamichhami veditum. Tyagasya cha rishikesha pratak keshini shudana. He wanted to know the truth of sannyasasya tattvam veditum ichhami. Sannyasa and tyaga. And the fifth chapter, following chapter, again he has is same thing. What he asked. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam shamsasi. And Bhagavan is not tired. As long as a student is not tired of asking the question, presenting the question in different formats, Bhagavan also taking the opportunity to present the Atma elaborately, it is elaborate. Otherwise, the entire Gita would have been concluded with the second chapter. The words of Bhagavan also seem to be confusing for Arjuna. Therefore, that is also another reason for further elaboration. The words seem to be confusing, not really confusing. So, therefore, Bhagavata punah punaha uttaram aha iti. Okay, it is, you said it is, Bhagavan has already told this Ukta Prativachanam. The Prativachanam as the answer is, have been told, where it is told, Bhashakara quotes, where the second chapter it is already Bhagavata Uttameva. Let us read. Avyaktoyam achintyoyam.
Avyaktoyam
Toyamachintyoyam
Chintyoyam
Najayate mriyate va. Okay, Najayate mriyate iti ityadina.
Najayate mriyate ityadina
Atmani karma abhavaha.
Atmani karma abhavaha
Shruti smriti nyaya prasiddha Shruti smriti nyaya prasiddha uktaha.
Shruti smriti nyaya prasiddha uktah
Prasiddha uktaha vakshamanascha.
Kshamanascha
Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate. This is in the second chapter, 25th, second chapter, 25th shloka. Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate tasmadeva viditvainam nanashochitam argasi. Najayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuyah ajo nityashashvatoyam puranaha nahanyate hanyamane sharire. 20th shloka, the second chapter. Ityadina karma abhavaha, absence of karma. Atmanaha karma abhavaha iti uktam eva. Na jayate mriyate means what? There is no karma, not possible. Avyaktaha ayam, achintyaha, avikaryaha. Atma is not subject to any change. Therefore, it cannot be karta. It cannot, to be a karta, one has to undergo change. Therefore, it is already told. Shruti Smriti Nyaya Prasiddha. This truth is Atmani Karma Abhavaha. It is Prasiddha. Shruti Smriti Nyaya Prasiddha. In Shruti, what Shruti? Kathopanishad also we have seen. Kathopanishad said, Na jayate mriyate va. Only the mantra was different. Therefore, same. In fact, that mantra is lifted only from Kathopanishad. It is Shruti. And Smriti in Gita also. In Nyaya Prasthana in Brahma Sutra also. So, therefore, it is Prasiddha. It is Prasthanatraya Prasiddha. Uktaha. And Vakshamanasya. It is going to be talked about also. Further, in the later chapters, it is going to be talked about. Atma is free from karma. Atma cannot undergo any change. It is the adhara for everything, but it cannot undergo any change. That is the Prasiddha, Shruti Smriti Nyaya Prasiddha. It is Uktaha, told, and it is going to be told also. Then, Tasmin Atmani
Tasmin Atmani
Karma Abhave Akarmani
Karma Abhave Akarmani
Karma Viparita Darshanam
Karma
Karma
Viparita
Parita
Darshanam
Darshanam
Atyanta Nirudham
Atyanta
Yanta
Nirudham
Nirudham
Yataha
Yataha
Kim Karma Kimakarmeti
Kim
Kim Karma Kim
Karmeti
Karmeti
Kavayopyatra Mohitaha
Kavayopyatra Mohitaha
Dehadi Ashrayam Karma
Dehadi Ashrayam
Atmani Adhyaropya
Atmani Adhyaropya
Agam Karta Mama Etat Karma
Aham Karta Mama Etat Karma
Maya Asya Karmanaha Palam Bhoktavyam Iti Cha
Maya
Maya
Asya
Asya
Karmanaha
Karmanaha Phalam
Phalam
Bhoktavyam
Bhoktavyam
iti
Iti Cha
cha
Tatha Aham Tushnim Bhavami
Tatha Aham Tushim Bhava
Bhavami
Yena Aham Nirayasaha
Yena
Yena Aham Nirayasaha
Ahamirasah
Akarma Sukhi Syam Iti
Akarma
Akarma Sukhi
Sukhi
Syam
Syam Iti
iti
Karya Karanashrayam
Karya Karanashrayam
Vyapara Uparamam Tatkritam Cha
Vyapara
Vyapara Uparamam
Uparam
Tatkritam cha
Sukitvam Atmani Adhyaropya
Sukhitvam
Sukhitvam Atmani
Atmani
Adhyaropya
Adhyaropya
Na Karomi Kinchit
Na
Karomi
Karomi Kinchit
Kinchita
Tushnim Sukham Ase Iti
Tushnim Sukham Ase Iti
Abhimanyate Lokaha
Abhimanyate
Abhimanyate
Lokaha
Lokaha
Tatra Idam Lokasya
Tatra
Tatra
idam
Idam Lokasya
lokasya
Viparita Darshana Apanayanaya
Viparita
Viparita
darshana
Darshana
apanayaya
Apana
Okay, Apanayanaya Aha Bhagavan
Aha
Aha
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
Karmanya Karmayah Pashyedityadi
Karmanya
Karmanya Karmaya Pashyet
Pashet
Ityadi
Ityadi
Apanayaya. Okay. Apanayanaya Apanayaya. Tasmin in Atmani, in the Atma, which is Akarmani. Karma Avave Akarmani Tasmin Atmani. Viparita Darshanam, perception of karma. Karma Abhava. Karma Abhave Atmani Viparita Darshanam. It is Atyanta Nirudham. Atyanta Nirudham, this perception of karma in the karma abhava atma, atma which which is free from karma. Their perception of karma is atyanta nirudham, which is atyanta nirudham, which is deeply entrenched, strongly rooted, deep rooted. It is. It's a deep rooted, strongly entrenched perception is. Atma cannot do karma, doesn't have karma. So karma abhave. So akarmani atmani. Atma, which is akarma, doesn't do karma. In that Atma, that is viparita darshana. Viparita darshana is karma. Akarmani karma. This darshanam, viparita darshanam is atyanta nirudam. It is deep rooted. It is strongly entrenched. Because this is how we have lived all these janmas, all this life, and now also. So atyanta nirudam. And even in spite of listening to Vedanta for so many years, this Abhimana is strong. It doesn't go away immediately. Pramana does the job, but this Abhimana doesn't go away. That is why Mananam Nididhyasam, repeatedly it is done. That is why there is no holiday for this Vichara. There is no holiday for class. There is no holiday in spiritual life. Because the goal is Samyak Darshanam. So this Viparita Darshanam has to be removed. So where is the rest? There is no pause. There is no pause button for Shravanam. It has to go on. One has to keep this knowledge always active. It can never go off because it is deep rooted. Why it is deep rooted? Bhagavan says, Yataha isma, because kim karma karmeti kavayaha api atra asmin vishe mogitaha santi. So which is karma, which is akarma? With regard to that, even the kavayaha, even the panditaha api mogitaha, they themselves are mogitaha, deluded. Atyanta nirudam, it shows atyanta nirudam. So, because of the samskara of this viparita darshanam, this is strongly entrenched. So therefore, that is why even the so-called panditaha, what is karma, what is the karma? They are mogitaha. Even the panditaha, because this abhimana is strongly, it is entrenched, atyanta nirudam. If the knowledge is assimilated, then there will not be confusion among the panditaha. Panditaha are well learned people. They are all learned people, informed people. If they are informed, they are studied Shastram, all the Vidyasthana they know. But still they are deluded. They are panditaha only, nothing. They are only these scholars, not jnani. They have studied all the Shastram and they are just scholars, but jnani. Why? Because this Viparita Darshanam is there. It is strongly entrenched in them. Even though they are well informed, but this knowledge is not available for them when it comes to the interaction. So that can be seen in their behavior, in their action. Most of the time, the scholars only they will fight. Sometimes they go to the extent of abusing, fighting. So it shows there are abhimana with the abhimana with the Sharira Mana Sangata so strong, taking oneself to be confined this Sharira Mana Sangata. So therefore only Kavayaha api atra mogitaha. In spite of studying all the Shastram, they are mogitaha yava. See, knowledge and at the same time this moha both exist. Because this is deep rooted. That shows. Now when knowledge is there, then this should not be there. But it doesn't happen in the case of well-informed people, educated people, literate people. So that is why atyanta nirudam it is. Degadi ashrayam karma atmani adhyaropya. Karma which has which has ashraya in the Dehadi. Deha, Sharira, this Indriyani, Manaha is the ashraya. Is the ashraya for karma. So, where is karma? Karma is not in the Atma. Karma has its ashraya in the Dehadi ashrayam karma. So, karma, only the Sharimana Sangata only does karma. Atma doesn't do karma. Therefore, Dehadi ashrayam karma. An action is done, whether it is Kaika, Vachika, Manasa. Kaika karma is, it has its ashraya on the Kaika, that Kaya body. That's why it's called Kaika. Similarly, mind, Manasam karma. Vachika, the words. That's a karma. So karma can be either Kaika, Vachika, Manasa. Therefore, karma is as its ashraya in Degadi. So Degadi ashrayam karma. Degadi ashrayam is adjective to karma. Degadeha ashraya yasya tat karma. Degadi ashrayam karma. So karma which is done by the Shrimana Sangata, Anatma, the Shrimana Sangata, Atmani Adhyaropya, superimposing that on Atma. The person thinks, Aham Karta, I am the doer, Mama Yetat Karma, this is my karma. Maya Asya Karmanaha Palam Bhaktavyam, the result of this karma should be enjoyed by me. Iticha. Here in Aham Karta, Agam is Atma. Karta is Atma na Karta. Degadi Ashayam karma, and therefore Deha, Sharimana Sangata only does karma. They are the Karta. Ahankara is a Karta. But what happens? This Kartrutvam is superimposed on Atma, therefore Aham Karta, Aham Chaitanyam Atma, now it becomes Karta. The lesson Mitunam Satya and Mithya, Mithuni Kritya, Aham Karta, Samsara comes. This Mithuni, Satya and Mithya are tied up, and therefore that is Samsara, Aham Karta. Therefore, the Satya Atma, Agam, it changes. Agam subject to now. Agam is subject to now samsara. Agam karta, agam bhokta, agam sukhi, agam dukhi. So all the karma is superimposed on Atma, and therefore the agam Atma is subject to, which is free from samsara, really subject to limitation, subject to samsara. Therefore agam is there, therefore mama, and that is extended further. Mama etat karma, mama putraha, mama bharya iti, mama kutumbha iti. It is extended. This agam is further extended. Agam maya asya karmana palam. Karma, this palam, the result of this karma belongs to me. Iticha. So this is in the case of action. Similarly, agam tushtim bhavami. When there is no karma, that is anatma doesn't do karma. That time what the person says, agam tushtim bhavami. Agam tushtim bhavami is I remain quiet. Yena agam nirayasaha. Because of which agam nirayasaha. So I don't do any karma. Nirayasa, no ayasa there. I don't do any action. Therefore, agam akarta. Now I become akarta. This nivriti rupa karma, because of which agam nirayasaha, there is no effort involved. Therefore, no tiring, no effort. So you don't have to work. So comfortable now. Therefore, agam akarta sukhi syam. I am happy. Because you don't do karma physically, mentally, or by words, you don't do karma. Therefore, you say agam sukhi. This Nivritti Rupa karma. Nivritti Rupa karma not done by the Sharimana Sangata, but what the person says. Agam Atmana karma karoti. Agam akarma is. Agam akarma, yes, agam is, again that is a mixture of this. Agam akarma sukhi syam. Sukhi syam is. This here, what he says, agam is as this. It is Sharira Manasangata, this agam. It's not Shuddha agam here. Agam akarma sukhi syam is. Agam tushtim bhavami. Atma is ever free. Yena agam nirayasa akarma sukhi syam means. What is this agam here? It is ahankara. So ahankara is taken to be akarma, taken to be free from karma. Again, this is a problem. Karya karna, therefore, karya karna ashrayam, vyapara uparamam, tatkritam cha sukitvam. Karya karana ashrayam. This vyapara uparamam. Vyapara uparamam means vyapara action. Uparamam means withdrawal. The withdrawal of action. Karya karana ashrayam vyapara uparamam atmani adhyaropya. The previous case, atmani degha dhyashayam karma adhyaropya. Now here, karya karana ashrayam, that is adjective for vyapara uparamam. The vyapara uparamam, vyapara, the actions which are uparama, which are withdrawn, and it has karya karana ashrayam. Uparama is withdrawal of what? Or vyapara of what? This karya karana sangata. So it has its ashraya and karya karana. That is superimposed on atma. Therefore, only the person says aham. That's why I said aham is here. It's not aham atma, aham akankaraha. But the person takes that to be aham, myself, as aham akarma sukhi syamiti. So, karya karanashayam vyapara uparamam, the vyapara, withdrawal from the vyapara, which has its ashraya in the same karya karana sangata, the sharyamana sangata, tatkritam cha sukittam, because of which there is sukittam, there is happiness. Aham tushtim bhavami, maya sukena nidra anubhuyate, nidra experience, sleep experience is that is atmani adhyaropya, superimposing on the atma. Then the person says, aham na karomi kinchita, I don't do anything, I'm not doing anything. Tushtim sukamase, I remain quietly, happily, I remain happily. Iti abhimanyate lokaha, iti lokaha manushyaha, people, they think. Tatra idam lokasya viparita darshana, tatra idam loka viparita darshana, apanayanaya, it should be apanayanaya. That is, it should be, yes. For the apanayanaya, apanayana is a word. Apanayana. So chaturthi will be apanayanaya. For the removal of the viparita darshana, only Bhagavan said, karmanya karmaya pashyed ityadi. Because of mixing the atma with anatma. Therefore, only Bhagavata atra uktam karmaniya akarmaya pashyed. This is yatabhuta darshanam. Viparita darshanam is there. To remove that yatabhuta darshanam, Bhagavata uktam iti. We'll stop here. We'll continue. That's for our next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhanyawad.
धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद।